Hello, welcome to this video, which is the making of video for Confinement Season 2, Episode 1. So today I'm showing my process of making this episode of Confinement and what some of it means and stuff, but also, not revealing everything. But yeah, it's showing like my process of how I'm making these, um, and yeah, again, I already touched on this in the last making of one. I'm doing film grain through the video. Yeah, and I'm not really showing the video itself to avoid, spoilers, but yeah, again, it is up, so you can, watch the episode. Um, um, so yeah, um, yeah, but yeah, this episode's focused on the shift from how things were at the foundation to how things are now with, the combined universe, combining Connor's universe with, my universe, and yeah, just so that things would be easier moving forward with Connor. Yeah, it's still going to be, mainly Connor focused, but Michael is going to be there sometimes, especially he's going to be here in um, uh, the confinement episode 2 that I'm streaming also today when I live stream this. Yeah, again, this recording was on a live stream. I mean, it's literally right there. Streamception right there. um, yeah. So, yeah, Michael will be here, some of the times, but I definitely don't want him in every single, like, episode, but he's going to have to be there for definitely, like, some of them, like probably most of them in some form or another. Episode 3, he shouldn't be needed, like, much. Um, if at all. Uh, Episode 4, he's definitely going to be needed because of law stuff. Uh, Episode 5, yes, it's going to be needed for that. And episode 6, yeah, it's definitely going to be there. So, yeah, like, Michael is now, intertwined with all this. But anyway, the first thing I need to explain is, one is like, this episode's mainly like exposition, not much action really, not much going on per se, which hopefully more will happen in, future episodes, but at the moment it's a bit more just exposition based, mainly because I needed um it to be that way. Oh, and hi Sky, welcome. I saw your stream. I saw you dying over and over again as a vampire. That was a poor mistake. This is why I never am a vampire in either, like Oblivion or Skyrim or whatever. because it's never worth it. The cost is just too great. Like 12 hours of the day where you're just dying, it's not worth it. But, yeah, but, yeah, all of this episode is uh, exposition, but the first glitch, or anomaly thing, oh, of course, your Michael Anderson. So this section is going to relate to Michael saying something he should have not known at this time period, which is which is Michael has knowledge of Vincent Anderson, Michael's grandfather. Like he didn't know his grandfather. Like he never asked his grandfather's first name, so he didn't know he was Vincent Anderson, the Vincent Anderson of Anderson Robotics. So yeah, Vincent Anderson is the creator of Anderson Robotics and the SCP lore. So Michael's saying the fact that he knows Vincent is the one that made Anderson Robotics, he should have known it here in this moment because that's in a future thing. So it's going to be one of those cases where it's technically future Michael, and I'm going to have to address that in episode 2. But the best I could do was do a glitch effect to be like, oh, something's going wrong with the timeline. Yeah, we can talk, Sky. Let me um get in the server. Welcome.
Okay, hello everyone. Do you know what? I just realized how effed up I've just done this.
What?
Um, when I became a vampire in in Oblivion, that means once I come back from Oblivion, I'm gonna also be a vampire.
But I thought it was Ghost's like mental state, not his physical.
Well, his mental state, yes, is in there. But when you become a vampire anywhere by law, it taints you 100%.
Hmm.
Which now means that I've just gone ahead and made Ghost into a vampire by accident. So when I come out, I'm gonna. Oh god, this has just made Ghost. I just really screwed up Ghost. I've screwed him up to the point where I've just completely, accidentally on purpose, made him now into a vampire.
Yup.
So,
It's like my small screw up with saying something that was technically in the future, but, hasn't actually happened yet. But in the moment I forgot, oh yeah, that's in the future. So Michael is technically future Michael here in this episode of
yeah.
Confinement.
Because now, whenever I talk to Michael next, he's gonna notice a severe change of my body, where I'll now have fangs. Just, but the way I'm gonna play off the vampirism is like, I don't know, I'm gonna play it off yet, but I'm gonna play it off somehow, like, because my mental state, which is also tied to my body and my spirit, even though that's in this person's body, the choice of me making this guy Oblivion a vampire means that I will also be a vampire once I come out of it again.
Yep.
Which I don't know how I'm gonna. I think the next time we did like a Michael and Ghost talk telepathically, I'm gonna say to him, I've made a real bad decision in this world, and it's gonna be like I'm now a vampire. I don't know if it's gonna affect me in the overworld, but if I start showing any signs of like that 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 yeah, because I don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I've now just inadvertently made fucking Ghost into a vampire as well. Which
Yeah.
means now I've done that, I'm technically somewhat immortal.
Yep. Maybe
But
we can do that like tomorrow when we stream.
yeah, or record, depending.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, it's gonna.
But I definitely want like test like streaming VR chat again because now I've got
Yeah.
my new computer. I definitely want to test that out.
So, like, I like that now at this point going forward, it's now been locked in. Like, I chose this without thinking of repercussions for Ghost in the. Because I was like, oh, like to tell you the truth, in Oblivion, I never chose the vampiric path. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
since I'm here for Ghost, I might as well fucking do it. I've never done it before, and now that's just locked me into being an immortal. But the way I'm gonna play off his vampirism is his abilities are gonna be like blades, where he can walk in the daylight in like other realms. Because in Skyrim, they kind of fixed the vampiric part a little bit, where you can actually walk out in the daylight without it just draining your health immensely like it does in Oblivion.
Yeah, at least in like Skyrim, you can live a little bit before absolutely just dying.
Yeah, because yeah, but now it's
You still take like damage and more damage the further along you're in your vampirism. Like if you're like full vampire in Skyrim, like I think that's when you take the most damage. Not as much as like
yeah, because in Skyrim, as soon as you enter outside once, it drops your health significantly, and that's where it stops until either you feed or it go back to night and it regenerates slowly. But unlike Oblivion, where as soon as you step outside, your health is just gone, pretty much.
yeah. So at
So,
least it's balanced a bit better in Skyrim.
which means before I even fully start doing Skyrim, I'm gonna have to go and do the Dawnguard DLC first and get Vampirism that way. Which means I'm gonna have to just be a complete character, do like a part of the fucking not the Dark Brotherhood, part of the Dawnguard, get to like
Yep.
so I can get the Vampire Lord perk. But no, but when it's in the VR side, I'm just gonna play his powers off
Or
like
you can
Blade.
try and get vampirism off one of the
Yeah,
uh, guys and then be close enough to the part where you do get that perk.
yeah, but in the long term of VR chat or any other game types, I'm just gonna play him off as Blade. How Blade is a daywalker, doesn't take any damage being out in the daylight. But in certain games where there is vampirism where it does affect the player, I can't really do much about that. So whenever I die in Oblivion now, I'm just gonna play it off as like, nope, that's not a death because
Ghost doesn't die.
Ghost can now no longer die because I've chosen vampirism. As I stated, my mind may be trapped in this body, but as soon as I made that choice of becoming a vampire, it stained my mind and my soul on the other side as well. Oh man, that's the biggest fucking rip decision I've made in any fucking roleplay game so far. Like it's now canon. He's now a vampire. There's nothing I can do to reverse it. Like I could try reverse it in Skyrim, but that means I'd have to do a whole lot of side quests, which I don't really want to do. Because
Yeah,
when I do Skyrim, it's gonna be pretty much the same thing as well. Try to at least complete the main objective, and as well as side of the Dark Brotherhood, as well as do the Thieves Guild.
yeah,
But no, I as soon as soon as I respawned at the base to go return the mission, I was like, oh god. Because when I was thinking of Empress, I was thinking of the Skyrim where it just like takes half your health and it leaves you with like enough to do whatever you need. But no, it just completely drains my health. So I'm gonna have to try play Oblivion and set the times display to be like at least 6 p.m. and do it like 6 a.m. intervals. I can't believe I've just really just put my foot in it this time.
yeah,
I didn't realize that my title had the timestamp in it until you mentioned it.
yeah.
Well,
Like that's weird. I should probably mention that.
I'm just glad after in the stream I could edit the title and remove the numbers,
Yeah.
which I did. Well, I'll let you get back to your stream. I'm gonna go get myself some dinner. I'll talk to you later. I'll talk to you tomorrow when we do Stoner Frank.
Stoner Frank.
Yeah, the guy that's just now become a main character. 100% now a main RP character.
Yep.
Okay,
For
I'll just
those who aren't aware, Stoner Frank is a new character because my video hasn't come out
yeah.
yet. It's coming out soon. In 2 days. But yeah.
Well, that was. But in the future, I have to think carefully about what options I choose in games to take. Because in games it will affect Ghost and the Overworld too. I've now got to think of that in the back
Yep.
of my brain. But no, that was a big rip on my part.
Yep. This is why I'm a werewolf guy. Like,
This is gonna be funny now. Because is Michael a werewolf in RP?
yeah, I like, literally in, my Skyrim video, not to mention, like, he's already technically part wolf, I'll show you in a bit, I think, yeah, because I do like, in my Skyrim video, I do like the companions guild thing. Nice armor you got there, and eventually, like, become like a werewolf.
So Michael's a werewolf, and Ghost is a vampire, and Rich is just a shapeshifter. Oh god.
I'm dead
I'm slowly growing. Oh god. I'm just
because where is it? The easiest one would be this video. Michael has returned to Japan. Actually, it doesn't show, does no one around. This is quite odd. Huh. It doesn't. Oh, yes, it does show. It has the wolf ears. The wolf ears, because, yeah, again, Michael has, wolf ears and a wolf tail
yeah.
because of vertigo. Because if you're affected by Enigma, you gain the traits of that Enigma, aka Wolfie is Wolf Tail for like Michael, so Richard. That's why he has
Yeah.
as well. So yeah, but yeah, so yeah, Michael is most definitely a wolf, werewolf.
And Richard's just a shapeshifter. And that's kind of crazy if you think about it with Richard. That means I could shapeshift into a werewolf
Yeah,
and shapeshift into a vampire. But I'd have like I wouldn't have the abilities, but I'd have the look of a vampire, but none of the abilities. Same with the werewolf. I'd have the werewolf look, but not like the extreme strength or anything else.
yeah.
So far, I have a shapeshifter, I have a vampire, I have a stoner, I have the normal man.
Wait
Uh,
until you get like 60 characters.
I think if in the next year and a half I might be pushing 50 or 40. Uh, but no, I'm gonna try at least keep it to like a handful that I can actually control because I've got I've got
Yeah, don't
Axel.
overextend like I have.
Yeah, because I've got Axel, I've got alternate Axel, I
But
have
then again, I'm
Ghost.
introducing yet again more new characters through Connor and
Yeah,
like all the characters related to Connor, like Nally Powers will show up at some point. You know, also like Dr. Hilda, Dr. Wilson, Gilbert, Ian, so a bunch of new characters that are coming from Connor's universe, not to mention, yeah, again, the lady who knows everything that I've been building towards for a while and
mm.
probably will soon have her first meeting with Michael.
Yeah.
Probably.
I think at the moment I'm sitting at 9 characters.
Which will most likely be not this weekend, but next weekend.
Yeah, I'll let you get back to your regularly scheduled show. I've taken up for like 20 minutes of your time anyway. And I'll talk to you later.
Yep.
Peace out.
Peace. Alright, back to regularly scheduled programming. How long was that actually? Yeah, about 20 minutes, probably. I don't know exactly when. But back to this moment. Yeah, so it's technically future Michael. It's another situation like long ago with the boat, the Owl Cruise, where Michael saved Michael. It's a time loop sort of thing, and that'll further be expanded on in the episode 2. What else do I need to talk about? I think that's about it. This episode has a lot less to talk about because it's mainly just the shift between, you know, Connor's universe and my universe or Michael's universe. So yeah, yeah, yeah. This is probably a good thing that Sky showed up. Otherwise, I would have had a lot less to this. Like this would have been a lot shorter. But yeah, yeah, again, if you want to see more of the making of, check out the original one. Because that one I mentioned my ideas. I think they're a bit more cemented now, so I guess I can reiterate the ideas again, but definitely still check out my making of the episode 8 thing. Also, check out episode 8 and, season 2, episode 1, and, you know, go back to the live streams so you can, see, like, episode 2 on the live stream. By the time this video comes out, maybe even episode 3, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, again, back to uni, so I don't know. Bit more uncertain. But yeah, again, here's my ideas from. So, episode 2 is obviously going to be the reunion. Connor meets up with his old friends. Episode 3, I think, will be the episode where I will have it more Connor focused, try and make a Connor episode, especially since it's the episode that is taking ideas from some of the ideas from Lord Bung's episode 8 trailer that I didn't use in the actual episode 8 itself. So, yeah, um, yeah, that episode itself will definitely be, um, kind of big episode, like, because it should have action, it should have a lot to it. It's definitely going to have more planning put into it since I've got to think up a good structure for it, and there'll be a lot more to it. Not that there's not going to be a lot to this episode. I've got a lot planned for the episode 2 that I'm doing on live stream today, but yeah. So yeah, episode 3 will be the outlaws slash gangsters versus the corporations episode. Then episode 4 will be the dark one, finally revealing Connor's demon. Episode 5, I'm simply just calling it the ghost. Uh, yeah, again, I want to kind of keep it secret, even though the idea was already on the stream. But yeah, uh, and mainly since I don't know every single detail of what I'm gonna do for that one, because I know a general idea, but probably want to add a bit more to it, which by then, like, after doing episode 3 and 4, hopefully I have a bit more of an idea of what I would want to do for it. And then episode 6 would be probably the Neo Foundation. So, yeah, um, yeah, the Neo Foundation will have quite a bit to it, you know, as terms of an episode. So yeah, um, I don't know what I'll be doing for episode 7 and 8. Like those ones are completely up in the air, but I do definitely want to try and do them as 8 episode seasons. Kind of like Hell of a Boss or Mandalorian or whatever. Like a lot of shows these days have 8 episodes. So yeah, I don't know what I'll be doing for 7 and 8. So yeah, but yeah, this was the making of Confinement Season 2, Episode 1. Yeah, again, go check out all the other confinement stuff. Um, um, uh, and yeah, thank you all for watching this video. And yeah, until next time, peace. And yeah, thank you.